First stamp in the passport. So I'm on a little bit of a 1 mile, I think it is, road walking stretch to Port Carlisle. Interestingly, there's signs along the way, such as this one, which makes me think that at certain times of day, if you're hiking along here, you could be sort of up to shin depth in water. I don't know if that's true. But so far, it's very pleasant. And I'm excited to be underway. So that's the remains of what's known as Port Carlisle, which obviously was a trading port back in the day. I don't believe it's connected to Hadrian's Wall. Look at this. I've never seen this on any other of the national trails. This has it's just been provided by trail angels. It's an honesty box. There's ice creams, there's cold drinks, there's hot drinks, and there's snacks. Fantastic. Thank you very much, whoever's gone to all the trouble of doing this. Much appreciated. So this is in Burley Sands, and it's St Michael's Church, and I think I'm right in saying that well, when they say that the trail will provide, I think round the back here the church has provided a little bit of trail magic as well. And here we are, look. Trail magic. I'm going to fill my bottle up now. This could be campsite number 1, if they've got any space. this is the start of day 2. I'm just packing up at the minute. It's quite early, 5:20. Had a good night's sleep, about 9 hours in total, and I'm starting to pack my stuff away. I'm going to go in the cabin over there and have a coffee, sit down, and a bit of a relax for a few hours, a couple of hours probably, because the plan is, having taken a bit of advice from the owner of the campsite, is to go into Carlisle today, this morning, get the passport stamped, and maybe get a breakfast in the marketplace, which is what he recommends, and then head out for another campsite this evening at a place called Sandy Syke. That's his recommendation anyway. Sandy Syke, I think it's under 20 miles for the day, so there's no point in getting an early start really. And I'm going to start as I mean to go on and try and eke out the miles and enjoy each and every one of them. So let's see if I can do it. Well, in the first few miles of starting day 2, and there's a notice back there saying, due to a severe landslip, the path has been diverted. So there's an unexpected road walk. Not really sure how far it's taking me this way, but we'll see. No doubt it'll rejoin in due course. Let me show you this setup. This is my hands-free umbrella system from Six Moons Designs. I don't know if you can see it properly, but it gives good coverage, and I've just got this thin windproof on over my shirt, and that's all you need. You don't sweat as much as you do in waterproofs. As long as it's not too windy, it's really good. Looks a bit stupid, but if you've watched this channel before, you know I don't mind looking stupid, as long as it's practical, which it is. So this must be a little bit more trail magic operated by the WI. Each item is £1. Fantastic. Not partaking today on account of it's pissing it down. I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, I can't recall, but anybody who's done a coast to coast of any kind, whether it's the coast to coast or one of the many other routes, will all be aware that there's a tradition that you pick up a stone at one beach and transport it to the other. Well, this is the diversion. I'm back on path now, but as you can see, it's a very muddy path, not helped by this rain. But as I was saying, It's a tradition that you transport a stone from one beach to the other coast that you're travelling towards, west to east, east to west, whichever. And you usually do it. I don't know where it started, the tradition, but as it's been explained to me, is that you do it in memory of someone departed. So for me, this trip, it's my dad, because I used to do these walks. It's probably his fault that I got into doing walks in the first place. Initially, probably against my better wishes, but as the years have progressed, I've grown to love it, and it's largely thanks to him. So I don't think this is a walk that he ever did. I think it's one that he wanted to do because he's got some old maps. So for that reason, he's coming with me in the form of a little pebble from Bowness on Solway beach, which I think is kind of a nice thought. I don't really know why we don't do it on other walks, but it is a nice thought. Even sheep don't like the rain. Dear, you have a good day. That's my crossing point to head over to the north bank of the river. Hello. Hello. Staying dry. Doing your best anyway. Hello. Hi there. Looking towards some of the lumpy stuff which you probably won't be able to see in the distance. That's all in store, the beginnings of it anyway, tomorrow. One thing I've noticed about walking this national trail from west to east is that I haven't seen really anybody doing it in the same direction as me, apart from at the beginning. Everybody seems to be doing it the other way, but I guess that would be natural because everybody sets off at different times and walks roughly the same pace, so you're hardly likely to catch and pass people, I don't suppose. So I'll probably feel like I've got the whole hike to myself doing it this way, and every now and again get to speak to people that are doing it in the opposite direction, which I've got to say has been interesting. There's been some Canadians, some Americans, some from Spain, Amsterdam, a fair few Brits, and I've also met another coffee snob like myself. We had a bit of a laugh about ridiculous lengths that we go to sometimes when we're on trail to make a decent pot of coffee, but I think in the end we've both come to the same conclusion: just buy it from a cafe and take some Starbucks via or something like that and quit moaning. You just got to rough it. Well, it's dried up though. This is very muddy, and there's been a lot of rain today, and most of the walking's through agricultural land at the moment. I'm currently approaching Walton, which is probably the first possible camping spot for tonight. I'll see if they've got any room, or even if the camping field's in action. I've been told by people going the other way that some of the campsites have had so much rain that the campgrounds have been taken out of use. So we'll have to see. I'll let you know anyway. There's another dark cloud up there, look. A gem of a place. Beautiful. This is the camping barn at Sandy Syke. I've got some stuff drying. There's only me in it. £20 a night. There's no campsite here, so it's camping barn only. And I think there's 8 beds. kitchen, cooking facilities and a wet room. Brilliant. 20 quid, can't go wrong. Got a bit of condensation from the campsite last night, so I'm just drying it off. No doubt it will be the same state after camp tomorrow night, but it's worth doing anyway. So I've had my tea, I'm reading a book, and that's me. See you in a bit. Slightly misty at the start of day 3, which should be a good day's walking. It's we're getting to the interesting bits now. So I think today and tomorrow are what people refer to as the classic bits of Hadrian's Wall. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the bits and bobs that I'll see over the next couple of days. And I'll try and record it. Do you think the farmers put these feed buckets here on purpose to attract as many cattle as he can, to make it as difficult as he can? What are you saying, girls? This is impossible, isn't it? Ah, we made it. You're not bothered anyway, are you? This was my other plan B to stop at last night. Florries on the wall, hostel. And they do food. Looks a bit posh for me. And that's where we're heading. Would you look at this? Might not look that impressive to you, but when you've been walking 2 and a bit days, Hadrian's Wall, and this is the first fragment that you've come across, it is quite exciting. 1,901 years after it was constructed. I wonder how many modern buildings you can say that about and still be anything left of them at all. I mean, most of this has obviously been removed for building anyway, locally. So that's the first bit, Hare Hill. The way is extremely well signposted. Just looking for the acorns. And if you're observant, can't really go wrong. This is the remains of turret 52A, and the first one that you come across as you travel from west to east. Looking forward to getting to this hut. I've seen it on YouTube on somebody's channel. It looks great. Can't wait to check it out. Bit of a climb before you get there. Wow. Where does the money go? This can be a sheriff's office. Lifesaver. Amazing rest stop. Thank you, England. That's from somebody called Haugen, Pennsylvania. Hello from Oklahoma. Greetings from the Netherlands. Love from China. Leeds. Come on, Yorkshire. People are really loving this, and I'm counting myself included in it. Got a cup of tea on the go there. I've just bought a bottle of water. No chairs to sit on, that's the only downside. But I'm grateful for what there is. So this, at Willowford, originally would have looked like that. And this is what's left of it on this bank. And the River Irthing, you can probably hear in the background, is to my left over here. There must have been one on the other side, and there was a bridge constructed, of which this is part. So it says here. Impressive. Hello.
Morning.
This is nice.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Wow.
Makes you feel alive.
It does. Yeah, I bet it would if you dipped in there.
Yes.
And you, cheerio. This is a really great example of the ditch that the Romans dug at the side of the wall. It's really deep, and if it was full of water, which I understand they sometimes did flood them deliberately, it would have been very difficult to have done anything against the wall. Impressive. The way is extremely well signposted. Just looking for the acorns. And if you're observant, you can't really go wrong. I've got a map obviously, and I've got GPS mapping on my phone, but I've barely had to touch it. Crossing into Northumberland now. Progress is being made. The first big hill of the day. That's going to be a leg tester going up there. We give you a pan round. Oh, here comes the rain. Let me get some waterproofs on.